나는 the Tabachin Bugiche, Yamlin Chevala, Nangazuko Kuno, Janju Sem, Zadi Simbiotone, and some Janam San Yoko to be Chirdo, and Janju Simbiotone, and the Gavi Jawak and Strubina, dinner Jig Trubina, San Yoko to be Gutu, just not Janju Simbash, the name Zadan to get Janju Simbi, Yamlin Yirimba, that Janju Madu Sumbi, Kasodan, Janju Simbi, and Janju Simbi Pengi. Dusine, and she added Ludi and Dusine Dinmas Sugar, the Ludis Dichaderwa.
We have been looking at for a little while now, for a few months, on the benefits of bodhicitta, the mind of enlightenment. And this is because to enter into the Mahayana and to engage in practices of the Mahayana, it is indispensable that these practices are conjoined with bodhicitta. So with this motivation of bodhicitta, where one has the motivation to become a Buddha in order to lead all beings to the state of liberation, every virtuous activity that one engages in conjoined with or united with this mind of enlightenment, this becomes a practice of the Mahayana Dharma.
Dunga Tupchimbo Sayo Bainaya, and then the Chanshu Sem Kombaina, and Chanshu Simbo Kumbi Topi, Tibatipa, and Jigma Tarugres, and Tagri, such. Dineza, Danganzu Kuru Dunga Yuadi, as the Moa Inza, Denegia, and Delia, Jige Bayu Tinji, Delia, Tardap Chigunza, Danganzu Bayu by Bayu and the Chazan, Chanshu Sim Yamlin Chekugres, such a dishi. And the Pichik Yang, Karishabara Sena, Kawachi, Kaso, the Me Parsi, Megi, Kavi Messiatiki, and Jishin, and the Zemlin Chasan, Sin, and Chasan Meva Sugores, Cesandi, Dinashin, Tipo Topchimbokazi, Chimbainea, and Chikanjusem Gombaina, Digi, and Dipatipa, Duchen Dachin, Kuduanyomo, Chagores, or Duchin, kissing Janjusim, the Nubata, Yundin in the Sure,
Last week, we continued to look at the benefits of bodhicitta as presented through illustrations. And the first illustration was that of when one is, due to a non-virtue that one has created, one is experiencing suffering in samsara, then one can rely on bodhicitta, because bodhicitta, this virtuous mind of bodhicitta, is what will protect one from suffering. And the second verse we looked at, with a further benefit of bodhicitta, was emphasizing this virtuous mind of bodhicitta's ability to purify previously accumulated non-virtues, no matter how powerful they are. And there the illustration was likening bodhicitta to the most powerful of fires, the fire that destroys the world at the end of time. Through these illustrations, we saw further benefits of the mind of enlightenment.
And the name that I'm using the pain, the Mambu Jarje, and the Negi Mambu Shiki Gachambo, Sonjavadi, and Tombo could be done on Matus Yores, Chesa, the Negi, and Denma, Chingazu Lovena, and Haguri, such as Tombo Compigi, Donaldus Yore, Chesan, Janjusemba, and Jambeki, and Norsanlepa, Dusine, Mitkasuri, and Janjusim Yundin. 别蒙不在家人都送下来的，那个是东北被断了送下来是，实际上但是这两些把的怕，这别多东西用热去连接把学完来是个送过的吧。
Moreover, last week it was mentioned that the benefits of bodhicitta are innumerable. Here they are just being presented in brief, but one can find them in far greater detail, such as in the sutra the Ray of Stalk Sutra, where Maitreya is presenting 230 different benefits of bodhicitta to the Bodhisattva Sudana. Tonight we'll continue with the 15th verse, and here we come to look at the different divisions of bodhicitta, or the different ways to divide bodhicitta.
장주 문배 셈다니 장주 주비 셈니 주비 니 노사 주비 니 노스.
The 15th verse. Bodhicitta is, in brief, to be understood as having two types: the mind that aspires for enlightenment and that which engages with enlightenment.
사당은 저기 장주 셈세의 예화파시의 비비권의 시야다 비권의 시도 다 장주 셈 비망부를 자는 장주 셈 망부 예화 망부 시야 주 비권의 시야다 되네 지금 장주 셈 기수주권의 시야다 되네기 안에 시탄데 송타 망부 용거래 예화를 치다들 다 오요권의 예화세 다 오요권의 예화시도 다 공을 봐 예화 시샤바나다 디나신 장주 셈데 도르디나치 장주심이 시에들 예와 시에들 비군의 시에들 배 망부요레스 이나다 도르디시 시바는 오요군의 뒤샤바나 디 장주심이 도르디나 오요군의 예와 뒤인 시바나 남바니소 시자데 남바니나 뒤로 그래서 장주심기다 비군의 버직야다 아소바데 디네가 망고 손바이나 대수 차상 봐 뒤바이나 오요군의 예와 이나를 뒤로 그래서 그래.
As we've seen thus far, bodhicitta, the mind of enlightenment, has many benefits, many virtuous qualities, and these have been presented in varying ways, including, most recently, we've looked at a number of illustrations. I think there were 6 presenting the benefits of bodhicitta. Now we come to look at if bodhicitta is divided, in what differing ways can it be divided? And there are, again, a vast number of ways that bodhicitta can be divided in order to understand it well. But here, despite there being many differing ways to divide bodhicitta, we'll look at a twofold division.
장주 주바 니노 세데 장주 셈 문베 생게 문바 셈게 세다 주바 셈게 세 니들이 해제 디난 뒤로 해서 장주 문베 셈다네 세데 장주 문베 셈 문바 셈게 디체 장주 주바 니노 세데 장주 주바 니 세데 자 주바 셈게 디 니날 뒤로 그래서 뒤제기 니디 디날 해서다.
Looking at the 15th verse. So bodhicitta, we can understand, so look in the first line, bodhicitta can be divided in many ways. But if we just divide it in a brief division, second line, we can look at it in a twofold division. And what is this twofold division? Now, the third and fourth line. The mind that aspires for enlightenment, so this is aspiring bodhicitta. And the fourth line, that which engages with enlightenment. This is engaging bodhicitta. So this twofold division is that of aspiring bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta.
근데 셈게세데 간치네다 야나 먼바 셈게 인고래 야나 주바 셈게 인고래 때 먼바 셈게나 주바 셈게 가야 마인비게다 셈게지 요 말에서 그러다 디난 뒤바리 니세데 소라 니 노세데 제산다 야나 먼바 셈게 인고래 야나 주바 셈게 인고래 디니 가야 마인비 셈게세데 요 말에서 그러다.
When looking at this twofold division, there are only these two divisions, no other. So that the aspiring bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta.
근데 이제다 저기 셈게 당보 다 지금 셈게 세디 남게 셈게 세대 자주 셈세대 셈제 탐지게 되나 산지 고방 토비 치도 근데 산지 고방 토벌 쇼 셈비게다 좀 많이 비게 제 셈데라 근데 셈게 자주 셈세대 자주 셈세대니 순거와.
Bodhicitta itself is defined as having the two aspects. The one where one strives to become enlightened, and the second, in order to free all beings from suffering. Or to express that second but differently, in order to lead all beings to attain their own liberation. So this is these two are together are the definition of bodhicitta, the mind that strives for enlightenment in order to lead all sentient beings to a state freed of suffering.
어디네 자당은 저기 장수 셈 랍디 반실에 안델이야 장수 셈 세디 즉 로벤 가시기 때문에 파파토메 나 지게 루비 인일라서비게 장수 셈 세디 모디 셈중리베 셈레벨라는 셈중리에서 중국어 셈중리에 송거라 아니네 파버 절대당 안에 지금로ben 생각상보라 소백이 안에 디 안에 전주 셈세디 소심레스 소심레 셈중 셈레마도 셈중 말해서지 다 손하니 용거 제자디네자 전주 셈세디래야 안에 지 개비기 슝 로ben 야가르기에다 반디 코로나주기 송탈이야 안에 지게 그시 셈중레세다 그시 셈레세다 어디스미도 아니 용거래
With regard to bodhicitta itself, great Indian Pandits have some discussion as to whether it's a main mind or a mental factor. So some great Indian masters such as Asanga and Vasubandhu say bodhicitta is actually a mental factor, whereas others, other great Indian masters such as Vimukhatasena and Haribhadra, they say bodhicitta is a main mind.
지나 나 되네 인자 난 도시네 송다로 지금 거와 되네 인자다 장주 셈세디 된다라 안에 니가게 셈 중에 나다 셈이나 가질래 셈전 탐적의 산유 고방 토브쇼 셈비기 듄바디 셈주리와 듄바르와 난 저거 군종 나세 유행 나세 듄바 메바 잠바 띵이지 셔럽세 듄바세데 셈주르와 지자다 셈전 탐지료도나 산유 고방에 셈전 탐지 산유 고방 토브쇼 셈비기 되네게 삼로딜레 디나데 듄바지다 셈 조심니가 용거라 냠디어 와다 되네게 셈중 산유 고방 토브지베 삼로 셈중 셈 조심데라 디콜라 듄바 용거라 지자 되네게 듄바디다 토브쇼지 데비 듄바 데바레스 데바 드녀리레스 지자 드녀리 듄바디 지자다 셈레 가소데 장시 셈세 데롱고 송고레 세 송야 직 송고르와 지자다 되네게 디스 듄바디 조호레마도 조디 셈디레 지자 셈디 장시 셈세디 셈데레 샤고레세디 송타 두스진의 예와 니치고 송타 니차고르와 이네 돈다라 니가 듄바디 셈 장시 셈네 벼베네 셈주디 셈데 기용고레 셈디 데 장시 셈 켈렘바 딘 냠네 제바라 셈주데 니가 가지 셈지유 콜라 듄바디 셈나 셈주니 코니 총된 남방아 총된 셈 차오르와 제자 장시 셈자 타면 산조 고방 토벌쇼 셈베 삼르 딘도 조디 셈디레서 조디 디 듄바디 콜레스 마도 조어들 자고래서 다 조어디 셈민자 다 장주 셈데 셈데 자고래서 조어다 가지고 되는데 본보다 본보다 지게 디 콜고 차상 표에도 조어디 개보디로 와마 예보들 와 지난 예보디 나신데 조어디 셈데레스 지난 디기 예보게다 념도 여긴 차상데 코롱 콜레스 제자디 조어디 셈디인자 셈디 장시셈데 셈노고 셈디레스 지난 현다디요 근데 고조 코르레스 하지 지난 셈데 샤고레스 도 송으로
Those who say those such as Asanga and Vasubandhu who say that bodhicitta is a mental factor, they say it is a mental factor because the aspiration to achieve enlightenment for the sake of others, this is an aspiration. Aspiration itself is a mental factor. It's one of the 5 object ascertaining mental factors. So, of course, bodhicitta, therefore, is a mental factor because it is this aspiration for enlightenment. And therefore, aspiration being a mental factor, so too is bodhicitta. But the great masters like Haribhadra and Vimukhatasena, who say that bodhicitta is a main mind, they say this determination to become a Buddha in order to free all sentient beings from suffering. This mind is a main mind because it is primary or a principal mind in the same way that a king leads all of their subjects. In the same way, this mind, which is a primary mind or a main mind, leads all its mental factors. You cannot say that bodhicitta is like the retinue. Bodhicitta, which would be a mental factor. Bodhicitta has to be like the king because it is the primary, the primary or principal mind within the continuum of a bodhisattva. So this is the differing reasoning that the great masters use to assert whether bodhicitta is a main mind or a mental factor. Oops. If you need something. Okay. I'm going to tell myself. And then lastly, but whether one sees bodhicitta as a main mind or a mental factor, regardless, the definition remains the same, that it has these two components of the determination to become enlightened in order to lead all sentient beings to their own freedom from suffering. The source from where these views are known, this is in Maitreya's Ornament of Clear Realization. So in the ornament, then both the views are presented, whether bodhicitta is a main mind or a mental factor.
Shen Shen Yu Dundo Yang Dabo Sobe Chanchu Tobar Deba says it in the Sungor. She's a sick deal comfortable, same gear bunny, Shen Chir, Yang Da Sobe Chanchu do Shung 60 or that one doing sick on same gear bunny, Shen Chir, Yang Da Sobe Chanchu do said. There is a 60 modern to the Shung Dela Nigage, just a same gear bar said, same gear bar said. And the Kanishila Yanda was be Jaju Deba, said Sungudua. Cesar, same Gepa, said Yanda was Deba, said Sungudua. Cesar Yanda was Deba, Sungudu, Deba Dele, D. Sictilla, Dene, de Ma, and the Garsore, and same Jury, Tumba Donyer, Tumba. That same Gepa, said the same Gepa, said Dele, Sictilla, Nutine, and Janju Sim Kundu Simbi, same Josimbi said, Cesar Jung Della, Niga Getelo Kuntu, Jedus in Tengor. Niga real lagomar, same Jeba, Kunzo Sim Jes Sungor, Ganis in Yada was the way Janju de Dumba, says 60 Sungor, that's 60 order. They did the 6 years and 6 Durush Madiomarva, Tima Donna gave the 6 Muchagrova, just not 6 Tunuj Madameva and Digi same gear, said the same gear Sungorva. Yanda also be Janju de la de Semgi road Dumba Sungore. Chessan Niga Sungore, Chessan Dinenza, Papa Tomelo be Yanda also be Janju de said Digi competition Dumbal Haza Core. That Lobsang is a Semgi Ba city Digi Sick Digi competition, so simply as a competitive word, and Niga to say.
So Geshe has just quoted something from Ornament of Clear Realization. So I didn't get it before, so previous to the class, but just translating it as I understand it now. In this quotation, Maitreya is stating in a very abbreviated way what that body, and his statement in this abbreviated statement can be understood that bodhicitta is either a main mind or a mental factor. So therefore it's open to discussion. So their statement is something like, the possessor of mind generation or bodhicitta has the aspiration for enlightenment. So therefore, you can take this possessor of mind generation or bodhicitta as referring to a main mind. The possessor of bodhicitta has the aspiration, so he has the mental factor for enlightenment. So from this very brief single verse, one can interpret that bodhicitta is either a main mind, or one can present arguments for it being a mental factor.
Sanje Tobar Deba said Lagor, Yanda was a bit Janju and a Sanju Gopan Lagorua, Yanda was a bit Janju Deba, say word. Chisnadi Deba 듬바디라 고고와 되바세 고고 제산디 제산 되바세데 셈게세데 셈게세 장주 셈도 송할 공조 셈게세로 디간네 시레라네 양다보 소베 장주 되바세 송고래 제산 디엔자다 근데 셈게라로 셈게간네 레라데 양다보 소베 장주 되바레라기도 와 제산 양다보 소베 장주 되바세 되니 듬바세 고래 제산 되니 듬바레라기도 와 제산 좀 셈조레라 고래 that is a window in 60 party, same year by the Shanduin Chir, Yanda to be Janshi to 60 Beijing Jeshigo, same year Pani to do same year Shiora. That is Ganese more Ganese Yanda, Shen you don't do Yanda to be Janshi Deba, said 60 Tilagurwa. Shazayang, Shen, Shen, same year Tamji, you don't dollar, Yanda to be Shanduin Chir. Shen you don't do same year Tamji doing Chirdu, and the Gare Yanda to be Janshi Toba Dugore said. 안디시고로 와다. 제가 디네에서 되발라요도 디인자 되발라요도 와서 가서래 셈주리 듬바레 사지 송 공부디티고래. 네, 셈주리 해서도 레 순간디게다 돈다디 공부디시고래.
There's a further quotation in the same text, which is something like this: in order to benefit all sentient beings, there is the wish to attain enlightenment. So this then is the definition of bodhicitta. And because it has explicit in the definition, in order to benefit all sentient beings, the wish to attain enlightenment. The wish to attain, this clearly shows it is a mental factor. So those who assert that bodhicitta is a mental factor would rely on on such a scriptural quotation.
가르송고는 셈게 호롱디 송고레스 셴든치 양다보 조베 장주 되바스데 셈비게 챙이디 띵고레 챙이디 모디 챙이 띵고레 제사 챙이 될야 셴디 셈전 셴기 돈도 셴셈전 탐지기 돈다 양다보 조베 장주 되바스 라기도 와스 제사데 셈조레 세지 어디 러벤 생에 가서 파파 토메 손에 디수 공부 도스전디고레 셈주레 세디기 김선지시고 지다 가서 셈게라도 셈게 고론디 천샤디 베능아도 ngobo 챙이 돈주니 발라기로 봐 ngo보세 가르스는 돈주니 발라기로 봐 챙이시고로 봐 지다데 셈게 제도 천샤 셈게 고론고송 다는 셈게게 챙이 뭐 가는 시레라는 양다버 소 현기 돈도 양다버 소비에 자주 토벌 되바세 되바들이 세지 되바세 송고를 지산디 되바 송여도 안다 셈조레 세 dim바레 샤세베 오바두스틴 지고르와.
So therefore those like a Sangha who do hold that bodhicitta is a mental factor, they say because in the definition of bodhicitta it says in order to benefit all sentient beings, the wish to attain enlightenment. So this therefore makes clear that in the definition of bodhicitta itself, that it is a mental factor.
안디네자다 조심레세인데 가르송어선 셈게세지로와 셈게에서 천자지 다 셈게 천이샤는데 현유든도 양다보 조베 전주 되바세지로와 직지로와 니유데세 가르게고선 셈게세데 간시레랍나 현sem제 탐지기도는 산지고본 토브로 되비 되는얘기 듬바디랑 충전기 조심세 충전세 결과다. 충전 남방아 손세는 로리나시로와 충전세데. 초와 두시 셈바 일라지가 야방아도 충전로와 충바된바세로와 냠도 미바 충바 남바 충바 제 충바세가도 냠마디 충전세 시에죠로디 디세오레. 제가 셈게세디 천차듯이 천차지. 안에 셈게세디 간지엘라도 신규도는 양다보 소베 전주 되바 라요도 로벤 생에서 공부 가르치고 왔으네. 셈게세디 신규도나 양다보 상기 고방 토벌 되비 되니 듬바되다 충전기 조심시라고 그래지래. 충전기 조심시라고 고고래스. 현재 고 조심해야지. 충전 충바된 비 셈. 내가 저기 밑바 충바 밑바임바 직바 근데 셈다 셈 코드 초원이 열어봐. 아, 충그 차지 뭐 차지 충와서 충유기래. 충대 남방아 충세대 결혼 뒤도 버지 되다 다다 인게 충대세. 그래서 네. 제자다 로벤생에서 비 janju semze semje bane shendun chir yangda zube janju duyese gongpa kachir kosan semje se de ngo su chunja de di ngo karire la de shenju semje tamje gyodon sanje gopon topro debu dumba de dan chungdengi sem se de odu sin gongpa chigor jesan semre se de disewa.
So those who assert, such as Haribhadra, who assert that bodhicitta is a main mind, they agree with the same definition, that it is bodhicitta is the wish to attain enlightenment for the sake of others, in order to lead others to freedom from suffering. But whilst this is referring to mental factors, they are concomitant with a main mind. Therefore, it is a bodhicitta is a main mind, because the definition is concomitant. Is that how I said? Concomitant with a main mind. Something like that. Sorry, I can't pronounce the word so well, but concomitant isn't there a T in there? But I don't see it here. Concomitant. There we go. It's got another T. It's concomitant with a main mind. Therefore, bodhicitta is a main mind. So this is the alternative view of masters such as Haribhadra.
Dumba dedan sanju gopon tobar dubi dumba dedan chungdengi zosem de la janjusim lagu re mado chungdengi dumba koron la janjusim lagu o ma re chesan dumba dedan chungdengi zosem de la janjusim lagu re re.
So to say that again, maybe more clearly, those such as Haribhadra, who state that bodhicitta is the main mind, they assert their assertion is that whilst in the definition, it's clear there's the word aspiration and wishing, so therefore these are mental factors. But because they have the 5 factors that are concomitant with a main mind, bodhicitta is a main mind.
Anjugi jil kelin che da ko lube senge sebe sumba na ji zo sim dire se jang zu du chene da jang shi sem de zo sim de sem de ngo song zu go ji jes tu go re.
You can then think about which one one just abides with, which view one most agrees with, but most commonly we accept that it is bodhicitta is a main mind.
Dina the Kajan Shigin at the Jawaskam some Sana Yonsura, Chizan Janju Sim said the Nigi and the Yaha Banduki Komba to Shedan Mida Nion said it Mamba the Council Depna Tomala Sobana, Shandazele, Nukovala Sobana, and Cabratin Shura said Cabra Yawadi, Namedi, Shibi Chudu, Medusine, Pai Shuyore.
Right now, you may well be wondering why I'm going on about this. Well, there are a couple of benefits to understanding this. When you read further, you will, and you may already have come across, in some texts it will be asserted that bodhicitta is a main mind, in others that it is a mental factor. And by having more knowledge, you guarded against thinking, oh, this text is wrong. Because that then would be a mistake, because great masters have established, based on reasons, both of these views. So thereby, being armed with more knowledge, you won't think that a text is mistaken, but understand that it's just presenting a different view. And secondly, or moreover, one will come to understand that all the views in Buddhism, many of the views in Buddhism are necessarily settled, but there's an agreed to disagree on a number of points.
Dumbaniden, yu dumba titan, yu dumba chi yore, and the drog dumba sur. Jizan Janju Semi Dumbanida Demba Reside, yu dumba chitan, drog dumba chi, and Dumbanida Demba Resachu. That was it, yes, sir. Yu dumba and drog dumba.
Furthermore, bodhicitta has 2 aspirations. one being causal, one being resultant.
And the draw you dumba karelana, Semjan Tamjo Dunga, the Jadu Ninji. Jazaja Janju Sem Gula Gedi, Janju Sem Yuzawa Ninji Latin, Kiwanza, Ninji Kumba, Jaza Ninji Mena, Janju Sem Kitometa, she's a Yu Dumba, Le Janju Sem Gabala, Dimon Yu, Karasemja Tamjo Dunga, Jana, Sambigi, Ninji the Kiho, Ninji Di Topi Kiwaza, the Yu Zawa Ninji Ralia Banza, Yu Dumba said Ninji Champodiria.
The causal aspiration is compassion, and it's expressed as being, may I free all sentient beings from suffering. So this is the causal aspiration for bodhicitta, and it is compassion because compassion is the primary cause that leads to the generation of bodhicitta in the mind of the bodhisattva.
That Semjan Tamji Dungal Semjan Dungala Trakona Sembi Ningji to Yobaina, that Janshim Ki to read Shoma, the dealer cargos and draw with Dumbat Core. She's a Semjan Tamji to the Sanjo Koma top Udu Sembi, top Udu Sembi Dumbash Core, but she's a Sanjo Koma top Udu Sembi Dumba Lady, Topper Jawani be Semni Kigor, she's a Dineza, she's a top Udu Nibi, Semja Tamji Sanjo Koma, Topper Jaw, Sembigi, Samlo the Dumbadi, Topper Jiggins, Dunyo Dumbadi, Dumbashe, D. Roar, Carson, Semgate, now Tunden Junior, Yamdura, Chesan Coron, draw the Lea, Corongi, Corgi, Dumbadi, Semjan Tamju, the Sanjoko, Tobaji, Dunu, Dumbainza, Chesa Dumbadi, that's Dumbainza, draw Dumba, Sutella. Chesade, Janjusem de la Yu Dumba, Nishimbo Yule Giaba, Corongi, Drogi Dumba, Semjan Tamju, the Sanjoko, Tobaji, Dumbatina, Tunden Junway, same the rest. Chesa Denegi, same. Kitchenida Dembigi Semdela, a Janjusem like the SH. Draw, not to drop a set your body. Says Kunzo Semjo Koron, Tundu, Jubi, Semja Sanjoko, Toba Jao, and you be Dumbadi, Janjusem you draw has. Just Tundan is a draw, I said. Dumbanida said this morning.
The causal aspiration, then, is compassion, the determination to free all sentient beings from suffering. But merely having compassion, as worthy a mind as this is insufficient for one to have bodhicitta. One also requires the resultant aspiration, which is the determination to attain enlightenment. And these two aren't separate. They both need to be generated in that the one assists the other. One generates first compassion, may I free all sentient beings from suffering. But this mere aspiration, as strong as it may be, is insufficient. One has to develop oneself, hence the resultant aspiration, to attain the resultant state of enlightenment in order to fulfill one's heart wish, fulfill one's compassionate aspiration to guide beings to enlightenment. So therefore one needs both of these aspirations, and the resultant assists the causal one. The causal one being compassion, with compassion being the cause of bodhicitta, and then the resultant aspiration, which is to attain enlightenment, with enlightenment being the result of bodhicitta.
Yugaratan Yuninji Chambokule Tenekiawa, Dumba, draw, and Korangi, Sundin draw de, Semja Tamji Sanjoko Motoba, Dumbatan, Sundan, Jumbi, Denegi, and Swasitovi Igi number Shiva, Swasem de Igi Namshe, that Denegi, Juma Maimba, Chikeson Vana, Juma Maimba Kevan, de, and the Jashu Sem said, Lucian Wesungore. You mean you? Draw said the Penzuro, Dumbarua, Dumba the Yarchene, Coin Gundia Marwa, Coinium the Yodra.
So to summarize then, bodhicitta is mainly considered to be a main mind, or primarily considered to be a main mind. It has as its cause compassion, so that's the causal aspiration, and its resultant aspiration is that to attain enlightenment. And these two assist each other. And then the definition of bodhicitta has these two aspirations within: the determination to free all sentient beings from suffering by attaining enlightenment. And when these aspirations are generated in a way that's uncontrived, in other words, one doesn't need to intentionally generate bodhicitta, but when it's uncontrived, then one is said to have generated actual bodhicitta and be a bodhisattva. So we've looked at many benefits to bodhicitta previous to tonight. Now we're looking at the entity or essence of bodhicitta. So that we've just looked at. It's the main mind. Its cause is that of compassion, and its resultant aspiration is that to attain enlightenment. And when it's generated in a way that is uncontrived, then that is when the bodhicitta abides in a bodhisattva. So that would be included within the essence. But now if we divide the essence, can divide it, as I mentioned at the start of the class, in many different ways, but to divide it in a brief way is into the two, aspiring bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta.
Dapa denege pa yawa chedala number mangbo yana duna and nina du to person mombasum get jubasum nina dugure sidida yawa delipa yawogone yawada membasum get jubasum ni hores yawa de pache that janju sim said more janju sim prong hosung that dele yawogone yena kazeyor ni yores membasum get jubasum get ni yores on do sinasu that CGT donaru tirwa.
Summarized in the verse. So the first word we have bodhicitta. Then here one comes to understand the essence or entity of bodhicitta, which has just been presented. And then we have, in brief, it is to be understood as having two types. So again, it can be divided in many ways, but this is one of the twofold divisions. And then the third and fourth line show them, that being of aspiring bodhicitta, and the fourth line, engaging bodhicitta.
The nigger will go near that Mambasam Gena, Jubasum, you and that Mambasam said the Kanichi Legre, Jubasam gets a Karish Legre, Dinigi, Kavara Kanish, said Ma, she went to that Mambasam Gena, Jubasum Yinigi, and the Kavar Marsh, you had that.
Having understood then that bodhicitta can be divided into these two, aspiring bodhicitta, or aspiring for the mind that aspires for enlightenment, and engaging bodhicitta, or the mind which engages with attaining enlightenment, then what is the difference between these two?
That the nigger you are Kavachi, that then draw a down, draw ye, Jeda Jitter Shebatar, Tishin Kebe Dinigi, and Jeda Rimshin Shepherd Jas.
And the difference is presented in the famous 16th verse, wishing to go and going. This is how the difference should be understood. Likewise, the wise and learned should understand the progressive distinction between the two.
That the name draw a down, draw ye, Jeda Jitter Shebatar, and the Piero Sungore. That be a Karasungores, the mini Yobache. Mini you in the Lumbachigla Dragi, Lumbati Chigba Imbache, you the Trosset such a Chigba Imbache. Michik di Dustu Denga Delia, Pay Delia Trogins and Biggie, Samlochi Yudibache, Trogins and be Samloji Yudibache, and Ma Chikot that they really did your regire. Tis not some young, such a Trogins and Biggie, Samlo de Yores, in other that the court really did your Trugoma, Trugi, go to your mares. The Jigdi Drogin Samje, that cook Dragi, Jingan been a draw to you, drawing bitch, Druid Java Chishim, they have to your rest, meaning you chick to go, got nobody let dragons and go to go, chick to go, chick to Drogin Samje, dears, Dini Minila, Ushil Druella, Nigagi, Samlo Nalaya, Udilla Drogins and be Samlo Yoba Chibares. Chibare, the chick dig dragi Java Chigores. Droshim by Java Chigore, Chig Java Majeje, and Dushine, Dedir, Mini or was a bit in the sea, drawer to down, draw ye, Jedachi, Shebataras, and Dinegi, Kansal Mason Dinegi, Ni or Essage, drawer to down, draw, he said, and this one.
So this verse then explains that twofold division of bodhicitta, that of aspiring bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta, with the example. An example is presented in the first line, wishing to go and going. So we can understand this through this literal illustration of two people have the wish to go somewhere. They both have the wish, so they both have the same destination they want to travel to, but one has not yet embarked on their journey and the other has. So what they have in common is they both have the aspiration to go from their current place to the same destination. The difference is one has embarked on the journey. One is, to use the word for engaging bodhicitta, engaged in activities in order to reach their destination. That is the distinction.
다 대신 개배 dinyi 제다 림진 셰바자 세드 개바 전 디나신 개바 전주 셈바 남기 유라 카리어스네 지라 셈전 탐지기도 상요고바 토브르 제기 셈비게 토브르 쇼 셈베 담젠 님 셈게네 아니 지게 돈바슈 전주 셈베 돈바슈 줘발라 말라비게 줘바이 자오 마신베 내갑디 셈게데 아니디 대신 미드마선 조긴 삼제 조에게 자오매지 받던 지바레스 지자만 바셈게세데 셈게데 데니 셈게지 요레 델레만 바셈게레고 가서 셈게지 요레스 디만 바셈게레제 나디 지자 너무 마주바세요 다 당아질레 가셈제 탐주 산유 고방 토퍼쇼 셈베게 토퍼 지긴시베 셈게 귤레 끼네 단주 가소레 돈바슈 만냠바제네 주비게 자올라 말레베 내갑지 내갑기다 셈게디 다 되니실래 아니 밀마선은 파 조긴 삼바나신제네 고 마저 되되베 자오 마지베 내갑쇼라 디나신지도 고 쥐발라베 자와디 지교 말레스 미제반서 고 되네 셈게텔라 아니 지게 전주 셈게 셈게텔라 몬바 셈게라기레스 다 되네게다 전주 셈게 셈전 상지고 본 토바쇼즈 전주 셈 토바 지긴시베 셈게네 전주 셈베 돈바슈 돈바제 마냠바제 규규규레 예시면 갑라 한 주비 냠는 자와 무수 심비 무수 지주 주비 냠는 자와 무수 심비게 제네 무수 심비게다 셈제다 상유고바 토바시 자원이베 셈게들라 네 주바 셈게라기레세 디니기 제다 림신 샤바 따라서 디나진 지켜버려 디니기 자고래세 돈바시 마냠바제 주바 지시베 내갑기 다 주바 전주스미 주바 랍신베 내갑지도 다 고조와디네 지바 자와디 지시메 내가버와 지시메 내갑기다 셈게텔라 다 셈게 무수 심비게 셈게시 월디네 셈게텔라다 주바 셈게라기레제
So wishing to go and going. So this is the illustration to present or explain the difference between these two divisions of bodhicitta. The verse continues, this is how the difference should be understood. Likewise, the wise and learned should understand the progressive distinction between the two. So the sequence in which they arise or are generated. So we have the wish to go, but hasn't departed yet. That's likened to aspiring bodhicitta. And the wish to go and has departed. This is likened to engaging bodhicitta. So aspiring bodhicitta abides within someone who has generated bodhicitta. They have generated uncontrived bodhicitta, but they haven't yet received the bodhisattva vows and engaged in the bodhisattva activities. And here, just to say as an aside, depending on which translation of the text you're using, in the title this word will be there as in engaging, thus you already have, and you'll have some of them use it in the title in the deeds of the bodhisattva, that's this the word of the activities or the deeds or the way of life. So the title of the text is very much tied into this verse. Okay, so that was an aside. So the person who has generated aspiring bodhicitta has generated uncontrived bodhicitta in their continuum, but they haven't received the vows, bodhisattva vows, nor yet engaged in the bodhisattva activities. So there are those two additional qualities. However, the bodhisattva who has in the illustration, embarks on their journey, who has the wish to arrive at a destination and is embarked on their journey, their bodhicitta is called engaging bodhicitta, because whilst they've generated the same wish to attain enlightenment for the sake of others, so the same mind is aspiring bodhicitta, the reason their bodhicitta is not called aspiring but engaging is because they are now engaging in the deeds of the bodhisattva activities after having taken the bodhisattva vows. So that then is the distinction, whether the activities of a bodhisattva are being engaged in having already taken the bodhisattva vows. That's the distinction.
And now I'm going to remember some years said the Chikpa Pasevora Chishevena, she went Bene Janjusem Gule Given, Semja Tamisan Yokobon Topper Show, Sembe Samlo Shure, Janjusem Gule Given, Janjusembe Domba, Jubi, Judum Sumena, Judumji, Jubi, Domba Sumena, Janjusem Gule Given, Janjusem di, the Mambasem Geres, Jubas, Jubi, Domba Masumi, Negapida, Semgichurwa, or the Mambasem Geres.
Let's look at them individually to understand this clearly. To take the first then, aspiring bodhicitta. So aspiring bodhicitta then is when bodhicitta has been generated in a way that is uncontrived. So there's this determination. I must free all beings from suffering, and to do so, I must become enlightened. So those were the two aspirations, causal and resultant. So they've generated bodhicitta, but they have not yet received the bodhisattva vows.
Na denege da jugdum jubyudumba masung bigi negapge janjusamba degi ani jimbe nyamle jeba churenyo sube nyamle jeba yongurwa joba nyamle jaba janjusimbi joba 파신 주게 nyamle 지거를 베슨 지거res dene 지거할 때 joba nyamle 자외기 무슨 심바레데 joba nyamle jaba 지거와 janju세면 길로 열어와 joba nyamle jaba jimbe nyamle 동회 semba 배제 동회 배당 안에 저기 수림소야 수비고 냠는 제비기 저바 냠는 자원고서 지고래스 장주스명 온줄도 요래스 이내양 주비 돈바 소요 말와 먼저 말자 되니게 장주sem디 저바 냠는 제비 내갑기 장주sem디야 안에 가소리 만바sem기리 마도 주바생게 말해서 가서 주비 돈바 소요 말와
This bodhisattva has generated uncontrived bodhicitta, this determination to free all sentient beings, and therefore they must attain enlightenment. Having generated this, for sure they will engage in virtuous activities, practice generosity, ethical restraint, patience, and so forth. And those practices will be conjoined with bodhicitta. This being now is a bodhisattva. So their ethical restraint, for example, will be conjoined with bodhicitta. But they have not received the bodhisattva vows. So therefore, even though they are engaging in bodhisattva activities, their bodhicitta will be labeled as aspiring bodhicitta because the vows have not been received.
jugdum jubi domba songje jubi domba de nyam sowaina ko dangbo songyor de judum songyor de ne da nyam sowaina denege ya nyam sona judum merwada 세상 judum dangbo judum song dene judum nyambe negapge janjo semdege ya ne mombasimge mato jubasimge 말해야지 그래.
Also, if the vows have been received, but those vows have degenerated, then the bodhicitta will also be that of aspiring bodhicitta, even if activities are engaged in. But because the vows have degenerated, but the bodhicitta will only be suitable to be labeled as aspiring and not engaging bodhicitta.
나는 나한주게 다디 갈라고 선생님 한주 죽둠 마송비기 마송바이나 janjusim 간에 지내야 될래 먼바심길라기레스 루아 먼바심길레스 다 주돔 숭나야 주돔 숭사나야 주돔 되냐 냠되어 있나 내 셈게 될래 먼바심길라기레스 마도 주바심길라기 말해서 다 개반이 니 수사로 하더네 이제
Just to summarize then, these 2 points on aspiring bodhicitta. So when bodhicitta is generated, but the vows have not been received, then that bodhicitta, whether the bodhisattva is engaging in virtuous activities or not, will be only suitable to be labeled aspiring bodhicitta. Or if the vows have previously been received but have degenerated, then that bodhicitta is also only suitable to be called aspiring bodhicitta.
나는 주돔 톱, 주돔 만년바, 주돔의 톱살, 주비 돈바송 주돔 톱살, 안 주비 돈바나 만년바, 되니 여바이나, 되니 군소심게 되라, 주버심게 인구그래 배서 니한 거예요 말했어. 되래 만바심게 요래세래. 아니 간에 요래서네 주돔 톱, 주돔 만년바 여바체, 동반이라 냠버 샤베 전주sem바 동반이라 냠버 샤베 내갑기 전주sem디 주돔 토요를 강사디고 주돔 토요를 주돔 만년바 요를 이내야 동반이라 냠바 샤시베 내갑기 전주sem비 전주sem디 주버సిం게 말해 될래 디야 만바심게 해서
So then the question may come, so if a bodhisattva has received the bodhisattva vows and they are not degenerated in their continuum, then is their bodhicitta necessarily engaging bodhicitta? And there are times, even then, when the bodhicitta in the continuum of a bodhisattva with undegenerated bodhisattva vows is only suitable to be called aspiring bodhicitta. For example, when the bodhisattva is in meditative equipoise on emptiness. At that time, their bodhicitta is aspiring bodhicitta, not engaging bodhicitta.
나는 주버심게 세대 간에서 얘기해서 다 담이라 곧다 그런 게 뭐송이도 주버심게 세디 주돔 톱제 주돔 톱 만년바 여바제 주돔 톱 되네 주돔 주비 돈바송 톱 되네 만년바 여바제 되네게 만년바 여바 되네게는 주비기 냠는 진바도 추름이야 저비기 되네게 주비 장주심비 주바 냠는 제비 내갑수 내 장주심데 원도 줄도 봐이나 원주도 여바이나 나디 되네게 원주도 여비 장주심데라 주바 냠는 게 자화 지심에 내갑기 원주도 여비게 장주심데라 아니 주바심데라 그래 해제라
이스는 서버가서 뭐라 그런 때 문신데 이게 카레톤의 냠샤때 장주심데
장주심 원도 줄여 말와 와 원도 줄여 알아서 동반이라 냠바샤도요와 예정원도 마주와자 고만 봤음게래 다데 원도 줄여 지구도 주돔 톱 만년바제 다 줘봐 장주심비 줘봐 냠는 집에 내가수 다 장주심비 원도 줄여비게 장주심디 다 주바심게라고 그래 주바심게 되는시 고고래 해야
So the reason why a bodhisattva with undegenerated bodhisattva vows in meditative equipoise on emptiness, the reason why their bodhicitta is only suitable to be labeled as aspiring bodhicitta, not engaging bodhicitta, is because their bodhicitta is not manifest. They are meditative equipoise on emptiness. Their bodhicitta is not manifest at that time. So therefore, at that time, whilst they're in meditative equipoise on emptiness, their bodhicitta is only suitable to be called aspiring bodhicitta. So then, let's look a little further at engaging bodhicitta. This is where the bodhisattva has received the vows, they've been maintained so they have not degenerated, and they are engaging in ethical activities, perhaps they're meditating on emptiness or on ethical restraint or patience and so forth. Their practice or their mind of, say, patience will be will be conjoined with manifest bodhicitta. Therefore, that bodhicitta is suitable to be called engaging bodhicitta. Whereas in the previous illustration, where the bodhisattva was engaged in the activity of meditative equipoise and emptiness, bodhicitta wasn't manifest, and therefore their bodhicitta at that time was aspiring bodhicitta. But when their bodhicitta is manifest and conjoined with a meditation other than emptiness, such as generosity, then their bodhicitta is engaging bodhicitta.
나도 되는 저기 전주 주버 심기에 세지 간데 친구를 송어서네 주둠 톱라 마냐바 여바체 주둠 톱 마냐바 여바체 아니 저바 냠는지 저바 강양 주비 80주기 저바 강양 와지 냠는 집에 내가서 니 전주 셈데 원줄도 여리가 전주 셈데라 주버 심기에 세지다고 거다.
Just present then again, hopefully clearly, what engaging bodhicitta is. So where bodhicitta has been is generated to the degree that it's uncontrived, spontaneously arises, and the bodhisattva vows have been received and have not degenerated. Then, when the bodhisattva is engaged in activities or in bodhisattva conduct, the bodhisattva's way of life, and their bodhicitta is manifest and conjoined with that activity, then it is engaging bodhicitta, such as when meditating on, say, ethical restraint. The ethical restraint will be conjoined with manifest bodhicitta, and that bodhicitta then is engaging bodhicitta because it's manifest and the vows have been received.
대신 개배 디니기 아니 제라림제 샤바를 자세되다 뭔말씀게도 주바심이기 개발디 빼단 빼려야 자네 지간실에 주바심게 세야디 주듬 톱 마냥바 줘바 냠는 제위 오수 지신배 내갑주 안장시스 온도 규디바디 주바심게 라기레스 가선 데라 심지한 3365번 톱을 쇼 선비기 장주 톱되기 둠바디야 여바제 셈디 여바제 줘바 냠는 제위 오수 냠는 제시배 내가 인자 될야 주바심게 되네게 멤베 내가 기다 심게 될야 안에 지게 뭔바심게 사데 다두스네 개발두 돈다니 뭐 돌드네 디르와 지사 다디디 조와두단 조와 제라지 셰바달 디진 케베딩이 제라짐진 셰바자 세데 지사 줘바 베딜리아 조와 되바 삼지단 조와 자와로 무스 제바 니요르와 베디나시 전주선비 돈보송 주돔 송제 만냥바 예바제 디디네 아니 주비게 자와 냠는 제시베 내갑기 군소심지 온도 규현이 군소심게달라 주바심게제 데네게 온도 마규르베 내갑디 다 온도 규나 주돔 톱라 만냥바 주돔 마토밤 톱라 냠바이네 온도 규르여바 유나 규나 마규나가 차산 전주심디게 뭔바심게레 아니 주돔 톱사 만냐바 여나요 줘바 냠네 자와지 온 제비 갑라 군수 심기 온도 줄메나 데네 군수 심기다 주바 심기 가서 만바 심기레 에사데 군수 두시에데 두레스나 안 임보르 돌드나 디르와다.
Wishing to go and going, this is how the difference should be understood. Likewise, the wise and learned shall understand the progressive distinction between the two. Wishing to go is likened then to aspiring bodhicitta. This is where bodhicitta has been generated to the point of being uncontrived, but the vows either haven't been received or they have been received and have degenerated. Then, when the bodhisattva, whether they are engaging in the way of life of a bodhisattva or bodhisattva conducts or not, their bodhicitta is only suitable to be called aspiring bodhicitta. However, when that same bodhisattva does receive the vows, the bodhisattva vows, and they remain undegenerated, then when engaging in those same activities, such as generosity or ethical restraint or patience, because in such activities, the vows have now been received and maintained, and bodhicitta is manifest. The bodhicitta now is suitable to be called engaging bodhicitta. So the key points here is that this uncontrived bodhicitta is in the continuum of a bodhisattva who has undegenerated vows, and the bodhicitta is manifest and whilst engaging in virtuous activities. As soon as the bodhicitta becomes non-manifest, when it becomes non-manifest, I forget the word when it's more in the background, but there's a proper word, but I forget it. It's not manifest, it's more in the background. Dormant, thank you. When the bodhicitta is dormant, because the bodhisattva is in meditative equipoise on emptiness, then at that time their bodhicitta is suitable to be called aspiring bodhicitta. But as soon as that meditative equipoise on emptiness is concluded, and the bodhisattva is either directly engaging in activities in the world or meditating on, say, patience, then their bodhicitta once again will be manifest and will be now suitable to be called engaging bodhicitta. So that then is the meaning of engaging bodhicitta. The vows are received and undegenerated, and bodhicitta is manifest.
Janju Semba, Susuki, Semge de la Mamba Semge Lagres, Janju Semba, Pavi, Semge de la Juba Semge Lagres, and the Nesung Chiknyama, Jakar, Naralia, the Nesung Hanje Yuvare. And in Ashe, that dene, and the Judum Matobe, Negap Semge de la Mamba Semge Lagres, Judum Topsana, and the Juba Semge Lagres, and the Negi. Judoma, Jiva Mare. Judum Matobe, Nerabye Semge de la Mamba Similare, Judum Top Sana, Semge de la Juba Similare, says Lakanji Yungore. Nasia did the Judum Top Sanaya, Juba Simge Mikagumar, Tombani, Lanyaba Shavada, Keva Sharwa. Says that the Negi, that Judum Masume, Nerabye Semge de la Mamba Similare, Judum Sun Sane, the Semge de la Juba Similare, and the Nesuntana, the Negi Manguya Sarada.
Just like earlier when I was explaining that there are different views in different texts in relation to whether bodhicitta is the mental factor or main mind, so too in different texts you'll find different ways to understand aspiring and engaging bodhicitta. What I've presented here is a common presentation. It's a presentation in accordance with Shantideva's engaging in a bodhisattva's way of life. But other great Indian masters, they said that aspiring bodhicitta is what exists in the continuum of a bodhisattva and the paths of accumulation and preparation. Only Arya bodhisattvas in the paths of seeing and meditation have acquired engaging bodhicitta. So that's how they distinguish between aspiring and engaging bodhicitta, whether the bodhisattva has directly realized emptiness or not. Still others, other great Indian masters differentiate aspiring and engaging bodhicitta as to whether vows have been received or not. So that is a slightly simpler version than what I presented tonight, because what I presented is if a bodhisattva who has received the vows and they have not degenerated, but is in meditative equipoise on emptiness, that at that time their bodhicitta is called aspiring bodhicitta because it is non-manifest. So here what we see is that great masters can have different ways of presenting this. So therefore, the key component from this and earlier is that we need to always be gathering knowledge, thinking for ourselves, investigating.
Janjusimbe Solambane Sunche, Janjusimba Sajubi Bardu Yores, Sajubi Bardu Yores, Sangi Sala, and the Janjusim Mambasim get Yomares. She's not that Kawa Yorene, Janjusimba Sajubi Bardu Yoras, and Janjusimba Sajuba Yam Tomboin, Yambashi, Yamsha Yoruba, Yamba Shabi, Negabu Janjusim did not want to Gurio Marva, Tisuman Basim Ginza, she's not that Solam Nemache, and the Jay or Kasure. What is
the boundary between which aspiring bodhicitta exists? Well, it doesn't exist prior to the attainment of the Mahayana path of accumulation, because one is not a bodhisattva, one hasn't generated uncontrived bodhicitta. But from the start of the path of accumulation, right through the various bodhisattva paths and all the grounds, so right up to the 10th ground, or the 10th bhumi, the aspiring bodhicitta exists. Why? Because throughout this period, bodhisattvas will abide in meditative equipoise on emptiness, and at those times their bodhicitta will not be manifest, and therefore their bodhicitta at those times would be called aspiring bodhicitta.
Juba semje sede kawane kawabado yoreshine, that teaching solam neya sunje, that sanji say bado, sanje bado yoreje.
The boundary for engaging bodhicitta goes right from the beginning of the bodhisattva paths, from the paths of accumulation, right through all 5 paths to the path of no more training, to the Buddha ground. So throughout all the bodhisattva training grounds and to the state of Buddhahood, engaging bodhicitta exists.
yu dongpa nima do shen kanya do tugo mar kasi kunzu bi chue chasang ka ne kaso de yu dongpa nima do kanya tugo mar wa che nam sha go che sang dongpa yu do longun du jibu yu de ma do shen kunzu bi chue do bi gi lo di gi ngun du yu tugo mar ko ni ga nyam de du chi lo ngun du yu tugo mar sem jin yu la sem jen la sang je go bang to so de jin yu mo ba cha de je ba bang cha ba za de ni gi me ba je dongpa yi la nyam ba sha xin be ka bla ya 네 군주배 최유도 집에 쌤 차상원도 유튜브 니가님도 뒤지랑원도 유튜브거래 자와지 두고래 제산다 산제라 동반이네 냠바 샤신병 안에 안에 냠 고 주버 먹고 수구 주버 된제 샬라야 최송와다 안 직제 자와 먹고 두고래 전시선 발라 니 두고 말에 제산디가스네 냠모 바차마바마서 괜찮아 바마사반디리 제산 산지기 유군조 심게들 주버 심게마도 뭔바 심게 요 말에서 왔다.
So the reason why aspiring bodhicitta doesn't exist on the Buddha ground, only engaging bodhicitta, is because for sentient beings, in other words, non-Buddhas, for sentient beings, when they are in meditative equipoise on emptiness, only emptiness appears, no conventional phenomena appear. So therefore, bodhicitta, conventional bodhicitta is not manifest. Only emptiness appears to the mind of the bodhicitta, the bodhisattva, in meditative equipoise on emptiness. But as soon as the final veil, the final subtle level of the stains of the afflictions has been removed, and the 10th ground bodhisattva arises as a Buddha, attains the Buddha ground, the path of no more training, then the 2 truths appear together to the same consciousness. So, in other words, to the Buddha, because all the stains have been completely eradicated, the ultimate truth, emptiness, as well as conventional phenomena, appear to the same consciousness. So therefore, only engaging bodhicitta is found in the continuum of a Buddha, as well as the emanations of a Buddha who are engaged throughout the world in various virtuous activities. To the consciousness of Buddhas, the only engaging bodhicitta, the bodhicitta is only called engaging bodhicitta.
Eda denegi jinan dusu kebara dendishire mato jida tanga juge denegi kebara degi ngāngā zō di dā janshūsīm gyūla gyē di gyē shishwar mato kebara di māshīng bāi nē janshūsīm gyē la bārchē chī gyō marwa dā mūmbā sīm gyē dō jūpa sīm gyē kebara di māshīng bāi nē jīgē gāwā sānsam gāwā bādu yō bāda hā mōgā dā mūmbā sīm gyē jūpa sīm gyē kebara di māshīng bāi nē ngā zūgē sīm gyē ya bārchē chī gyō marwa bārchē chī gyō marwa chizā dā ngā zūgē gyūla ngā zūgē gyē chī yō di semgeedire semgeedi gechuji semgeeba ina diso ko rangshin yukoran shinru urwa da ko kyabadiki pa soso nyamnyo to ne ma jik du sine shinru urwa dene zangdo semgeedi gechimbo chagwa da semgeedi gechisho de garre labna ngajogi da yu garre janju simyon yu de la kazo dumba ni de za yu dumba de la rali go jizan semjen tamje dungada dana ni ningji di 지게야 다디라리고 닝제까지 지게데 닝제 좀만 많이 맺기 투바이나 디기 괜찮은 남사 다 샘전 탐지기 된다디 동화세야 된 디기도 된해 제구도 샘비가 하삼디 디 슈긴진의 하삼의 기용으로 봐 Digi kiyedo da simchen tamjido na nge jewo tsambike lasam kiyedo, da nge da tabshi kare jigodo kare yakshodo samdaydo sanji gopadi toyongorwa, tongorwa. Shesa da deni ta simchen tamjige dunga se digi dhubyo tablam yakshodo sanji gopadi dresha dile chodo gyubadi mindu samyodo, tongyodo, deni nge simchen tamji sanji gopadi tobra jigin sebek semgiyadi yongorwa. Deni zada nga juye Geshe da semjen tamjige duna semjen tamjige dunga da jana nyembige ninji komyade da gechimbo chishoro chagor da ninji komyade dene ninji de yago yoyala ya dangbo an soso rana semjen tamji dunga da jana sembige samlo de shukchimbo yobala dangbo soso liya ane chi dunga da kowe dunga de la targo de sembige samlo shukchimbo yongo kores chiza tarba di tardoge samba de rani gi tedo rani kowe dunga le targo sembige samlo shukchimbo ji male baina semjen tamje la dunga da jago sembe samlo de shukchimbo le to kuma sam dawaine nibashira yongo ba de jere chiza da zo dangbo soso rana kowe dunga de la targo sembe samlo be masigi shu jago ji gebaina dipa ngā nāshīn xiān lé dungā dūpa ma dūpa rawā sāmbā samdāng yu dū, dīne xiān dungā dā chāgūt sāmbā samlō dī rāngshū kī chīka lé tuyā kī khyabā yu ngūrī. Dīne sā, dāngbō sōsā rāng kūyū dungā lé thār dū kī sāmbā gōm, an dīne dīpā gōm nē dī, sāmjā tamshā xiān lé yā, rāng nāshīn sāmjā tamshā dungā mi dūpa rē, sāmjā dungā dā chā dū kī dūs chī nīñchī gōm bō rē sā. Dī gōm bā yinā, dā dēlā dīne rāksam kī tu gōrē, dēlā dīne chāshī sām gōm tu gōrē. Chī sā dī gōm yā dī ngā zō dā gē chī shō dī, ngā zō lī dī chā gō rē. 자 대신 안 저게 자 지게 가서래 직만 봤으면 주버신 캐바다 산삼다 디와디와 요래서 해야 되게 다진 안 저게 지게 캔바디 야버리디나 직 기지 마 계속 안 저게 지라게 롤 참아도 왜나 전심 계열을 다시 지겨 말아 다 저어디 안 전심 계열이 계셔로 자고도 안 zor라.
What's been presented here in terms of the divisions of bodhicitta and the boundaries in which aspiring and engaging bodhicitta exist, this is good to know. It's good. The more knowledge one has, the deeper one's transformation will be. However, not knowing this or not knowing it well, these divisions of bodhicitta, will not serve as an impediment to us generating bodhicitta. And what is of great importance is for us in this life to try to generate bodhicitta itself. Generating bodhicitta is what we must train in. And the way to train in is, as we've heard, bodhicitta has two aspirations, causal and resultant. The causal aspiration is that of compassion. When one has generated compassion, in particular where it's uncontrived, this word uncontrived means it spontaneously arises, one doesn't need to intentionally generate it. When it is uncontrived, then with relative ease, one will be able to generate the altruistic attitude of universal responsibility, because to generate compassion, one will have compassion for all suffering beings. And one will take this compassion, this wish, may they be free of suffering, to develop it further to the point of others being freed of suffering is my responsibility. And this step that follows from compassion is where we take responsibility for others to be led to attain a state freed from suffering. This is the attitude of the altruistic attitude of universal responsibility. And this comes about independent on the prior generation of uncontrived compassion. And when this altruistic attitude has been generated, then you can have confidence that bodhicitta will come, because the only step that's required for bodhicitta, because with the altruistic attitude there is already the aspiration of, I must free all beings from suffering. Now we need the resultant aspiration of, and therefore I have to become a Buddha, the most skilled of guides, so that I can lead others to cultivate the minds within themselves, so that they can attain freedom. So in this way, the resultant aspiration will follow which is the determination to become enlightened, will follow the causal aspiration, which is compassion. There is this sequence. So meditating on compassion is of the utmost importance. But for one's meditation on compassion to be of the level that is required to generate the altruistic attitude of universal responsibility, it requires an indispensable foundation. And that namely is oneself having generated a sincere and overriding determination for oneself to gain freedom from suffering. And for that to arise, one has to have meditated well on the sufferings of samsara, so that one then gives rise to definite emergence, this determination to gain freedom from suffering. This meditation is done in relation to oneself, one's own lived experience, and given rise to the determination, I must gain freedom. And this, then, is the indispensable foundation for compassion. Because to the extent that one has a determination not to suffer oneself, which is often called self-compassion, to the extent one has that, one can apply that to others, and thereby generate genuine compassion. Without this stable foundation of self-compassion, one will not be able to give rise to genuine compassion as is meant in the Buddhist scriptures, without that basis. So therefore, this is the sequence of meditations we need to engage in, starting with the sufferings of samsara, developing this determination to be free, and thereby building on with compassion the altruistic attitude and bodhicitta. So thank you. Then we can conclude there for this evening. But if there are some questions, then do feel free to ask. Yep. Cameron?
To be engaged in Bodhisattva's vows, to engage in bodhicitta, the Bodhisattva vows must have first been received. Is the potency of engaging in bodhicitta then arising through the power of the non-revelatory form of the Bodhisattva vows?
Is the potency of bodhicitta
engaging bodhicitta?
Is the potency of engaging bodhicitta arising through the the sattva form?
The power of the non-revelatory virtuous form of the vow.
Okay, so it's arising through the vow. Okay? Hello. Did everyone hear? I didn't have the microphone on. So the bodhisattva vows need to be taken and undegenerated for bodhicitta to be engaging bodhicitta. So is the power of engaging bodhicitta arising through the non-revelatory form of the bodhisattva vows? Okay.
Lenje, du judum lenje manya bahore.
Deni de doppe de belchi suktramo la pedriki. De suktramo ki nupa kinjene, mazo juksem ki shuk vagene.
The juba simyu domba sedi da ganjele suktramo inemena ganjele kelin jena di shukin chiliruwa. Kelin jebada majeba inde nempenazo nge changdungui me se kelin jebada ji kelin majeba ji deobena kelin di changmadung wa jigba inaya ji dungme se kelin je ji kelin majeba je madung deini di ge chabayo kar yorensene kelin jegen digi da kelin jeba inza ko goga pranaya yune dung marwa kelin majeba je 마도나지네 데 고합다 데니키 엔지테는 네 kelin 마제도 동예기 레라하여 와다 이나시 당아주기 데니기 전주심비 쥐발라 랍기 인심비 kelin 제바이나 디기 kelin 제사회 제라 아니 쥐발라 라기로 와래 제 kelin 제의 뉴번 숙체자그로 와 근데 kelin 마제바이나 네 지금 제바이나레 가브리엘에 때 마제바 용식이 되게 가서 누가 중국에 내가 이제 켈린디기 슈긴이 되고 얼다 아제
The strength of the engaging mind, of engaging bodhicitta, comes about through the power of the vow that one makes. Not the receiving of the vow, but the vow one makes, or the promise one makes, just a different way. The vow, the promise, the commitment that one makes. So when one receives the vows, one is making a vow to uphold these vows, to act in accordance with the vows. That is what adds strength to the mind of bodhicitta. So, as an illustration, if one has made the promise, I will not drink alcohol, that when alcohol is before one is much more likely to abstain than if one just generally doesn't drink. Then one may think, maybe today I will try it. So similarly, the bodhisattva who's received the bodhisattva vows, they have made, to use different words, when they received the bodhisattva vow, they made the commitment or the promise, I will fulfill these vows, I'll act in accordance with them. And that promise, or this vow they're making, this is what gives strength to the engaging bodhicitta. Okay. Then thank you very much.